For those of us that love natural things, for those of us that want our skin to be beautiful, you will not want to miss this video. Today we'll be making turmeric Vaseline, as in real turmeric. We are not using color, we are using the real deal. Okay, so we are going to get our pot. I've already used this pot to make a turmeric oil using sunflower oil. Okay, so but this time around I'm not using sunflower oil here, I'm using my mineral oil, about 200 mils, and I've crushed my turmeric, and this is just about 150 grams of turmeric I've crushed, and I'm going to put on the fire on low heat so that it will gradually infuse out. This is it. Then I'll allow it cool and then sieve it. So while that is being done, I'm preparing for my Vaseline, my petroleum jelly. Okay, okay, this is my turmeric oil that I've already sieved and kept in a container. I removed the label so that I'll be able to see the color, appreciate the color. This is my candle wax, and this here is my perfume. These are the containers I intend to use, and this is my mineral oil. These are the things you need to make this amazing product. Then you also need a clean dry pot. Okay, clean dry pot, a non-leaking clean dry pot. So now we are going to measure the materials we need. First things first, you get your scale. You get your digital scale. Okay, then you are now going to on it and then start weighing your petroleum jelly. Okay, making Vaseline is very easy. Even if you don't know the recipe to use, when you go to buy, you can actually ask the buyers and they'll give you a free recipe that can easily work for you. I personally love all things natural. Let me not say all things. I love my products being natural. Okay, so here is about 3 kg, even more than 2.5. So this is 3 kg of petroleum jelly. Okay, so now that I've measured it, I'm going to remove it and then squeeze it out into my clean dry pot. So in case I didn't introduce myself, or you're just stopping by and you're just seeing this channel for the first time, this is Zesta Herbal Soap, Skincare and Lifestyle. In this channel we deal with natural things, soap making mostly, but we learn a lot of different things. Not only soap making, we learn how to take care of our bodies, our skin, majorly using plants, herbs, flowers and fruits. That is my passion. Natural living. Okay, so if you know that you like such things, you can do well to subscribe to our channel. If you're an old subscriber, you're welcome. You're welcome. I cherish you all. And for those of you that have communicated with us, that have chatted us up, thank you very much for doing that. For those of you that have patronized us, maybe you've bought your soap cutters from us, thank you very much. Some of you are in our online training on Telegram, thank you very much. Okay, so if you're just stopping by, passing by, I mean, well, thank you very much for giving us the honor of stopping by and watching our videos. But we would like it if you can subscribe, because we would like to see you again. So now this is our paraffin, this is our petroleum jelly in our pot. We are going to put it on fire on a low heat because we don't want it to bring out smoke. Is it not so? So while it is melting up, we are going to cut our candle wax. We'll be using about 200 grams of candle wax. You can actually use around 170 grams also. Between 170 grams and 200 grams. I'm using 200 grams, okay, of my candle wax. So as you can see, I'm struggling a bit to pieces it, but it's not so hard to cut. Okay, once you're able to make an indent, it's easy to crush it out easily. Okay, this is too much. I need 200 grams. So I'm going to change it. I'm going to reduce. So this is how I'm going to keep on doing until I get my 200 grams. After which I'm going to pieces it up and then add to my petroleum jelly. As you can see, I'm still adjusting. So you keep on changing the fragments or the pieces until you get the one that will give you the grams that you need. Okay, you can see I still need a little bit more. Oh yes. So now we can now drop it into our petroleum jelly that's melting, and then we now put it on a low flame as I said earlier on. Leave it there for some few minutes and it will soon melt. Okay. So now we are measuring our paraffin oil or mineral oil. I'll be using 3 liters also. Remember our petroleum jelly was 3 liters, our paraffin oil will also be 3 liters. Okay. So now don't forget that we have our turmeric oil that we infused in mineral oil. So when I had fetched when I poured in 2 liters, for the 3rd liter, I completed it up with my turmeric infused mineral oil. Okay. One thing I will need to caution you about is turmeric stains. In as much as it is good, it can stain the skin and clothes, especially if somebody is wearing white clothes. So you will not use too much turmeric. Okay, just a little goes a long way in coloring your product. So you can see of all this about 6 liters, it's only about 150 grams of turmeric I used. Okay, so when everything has melted and I mixed it and now sieve, I don't just carry the petroleum jelly like that. I sieve it, I allow it to cool down a bit. If you use it while hot, it might melt your sieve, especially if it's made with plastic. But if it has an iron mesh, no problem. Okay, mine has a plastic mesh and this one is double layered and it's tiny, so most debris will get caught. That's why I like using it. So I allow my petroleum jelly cool down a bit, not too cool. If you allow it to cool down too much, as you're pouring it, it can be clogging the mesh and it might not enter your containers and look smooth inside. So just allow it cool down a bit, then you sieve it. As clean as my melted jelly looked, I still got some debris, probably from the candle wax and from the petroleum jelly. Okay, so you can see the debris in the mesh, just a little bit. So now that I've sieved it, I'm ready to dispense. Okay, some of this also could come from the oil that I used in infusing my turmeric. So now let's continue. I'm now adding my perfume. For the perfume, I put about 200 mils. But you know perfume is expensive, so you can put to taste. And also you have to consider your cost of production. So don't put too much like that. Put to taste, okay? So now I'm gradually dispensing them. So I gradually dispense them into my containers, okay? If you can do this freely with your hand, fine. If you can't, you can use a funnel to channel it, or you can do it in a big pot if you're doing much, and then your dispensing pot will have like a tap to avoid spillages and losses. Okay, so this is it after staying overnight. One thing about this color is it's beautiful and it's natural. Okay, it's a natural color. Generally, natural colors at times tend to fade with time, but turmeric in Vaseline doesn't really do that. So, what do you think? This is beautiful, and you can see how smooth it looks. The consistency is not too hard. Okay, it melts easily on the skin. You can see it. See my hand, how it looks on my hand, giving me that glow. Okay, don't mind my cortex, but just look at the hand. Isn't this beautiful? Thank you for watching my video. I love you all.